As George Bernard Shaw once said, there are two great tragedies in life. One is not to get your heart's desire. The other is to get it. And that appears to be the case with Donald Trump and his special master that he picked out, that the court and DOJ approved of in the ongoing document scandal. Monday night, Donald Trump's lawyers filed a motion letting the special master know that they were not going to cooperate with his request when he asked them, could you tell me which of these documents that we have here the former president declassified? Trump's lawyers said, no, we can't do that because we're waiting, apparently, for the criminal trial to go ahead and spring that on everybody. That's not going to do anything at all, actually. But it is hilarious that this is the guy, Judge Raymond Dearie, that Donald Trump and his legal team picked. They put his name in the hat. They wanted this guy. And the first thing he does is says, cool, I got the job. Wonderful. I love this. Could you just go ahead and quick tell me, obviously, which ones he declassified? That'd be cool. Great place to start. And then the very people that picked him said, what are you, an idiot? We're not going to do that. We're waiting to pull that out as a gotcha when this guy gets arrested and goes on trial. So we should at least take, I guess, a little bit of solace in the fact that Donald Trump and his lawyers seem fairly convinced that he is definitely going to get indicted. But they could technically avoid an indictment for espionage charges if they could, in fact, prove that he had declassified these documents, which, of course, is why their claim that we're saving it for the trial makes no sense at all. As I have said repeatedly, not once, in spite of making claims on TV, Donald Trump making claims, everybody saying, I declassified, he declassified, my client declassified, his lawyers have never once put it in a legal filing. Because they know that if you put something knowingly fictitious into a legal filing, you will get in trouble legally and you could actually lose your law license over that. I mean, that's actually what's happening with the lawyers who filed those fictitious election fraud lawsuits. They're losing their legal licenses. They're being reprimanded by the bars. They're facing investigations. It would be no different with Trump's people if they lied in the court documents and said he declassified these things, which is why they haven't claimed it legally. But again, if he did declassify, if you have proof that he declassified, go ahead and throw it out there, because if that is the case, you might actually be able to avoid espionage charges against your client. No good lawyer in this country would ever withhold that kind of information just to spring it out during the trial. First of all, you're legally not even allowed to do that, okay? If you're going to present this as evidence, you're going to have to share it with the other side eventually, before the trial happens. This isn't TV. Where the lawyers on TV will suddenly be like, aha, we just got this piece of evidence. We're going to introduce it right now. That's not how the legal system actually works. That's a movies and TV thing. So are Trump's lawyers trying to tell us that they're basing their entire legal defense on something they probably saw on Law and Order? If so, God, I hope so, you're going to lose. And it's going to be hilarious. But you wanted the special master. And now you're the one refusing to cooperate with the guy that you picked. Boy, you couldn't write anything like this, even if you were writing for a legal show on TV. Because this is all just too weird to even believe. But again, the DOJ themselves, they've reached out. They've asked Homeland Security. They've asked other government departments, is there any record of declassification on any of these things? The answer is no. They do not have any record that any of these were declassified. The ACLU of Massachusetts on Monday filed a Freedom of Information Act request regarding any declassification proclamations made by Donald Trump while he was president. So we'll see if any of this was declassified, or we'll see if Donald Trump's lawyers really are the worst attorneys in the United States. But as they say, I guess we're going to have to wait till he gets indicted to find out. Because they're not even trying to fight an indictment anymore. And if I were Trump, maybe it's time to find better lawyers that would want to prevent you from getting indicted rather than lawyers that think they might be able to prevent you from going to prison. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share, but again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.